Thank goodness the weekend is over because I have waited oh so long for this glorious day. For Monday, June 17th, 2013. Welcome to Day 9 Daily number 590, where we don't learn to be a better gamer. We dick around because it's Funday Monday, whereby you wonderful folks submit to me a game of you playing StarCraft 2 under some unbelievably stupid and ridiculous constraint. And this one has a story behind it. Allow me to drink from this water that's about the size of my head. Once upon a time, I did a show called Funday Monday. I submitted a theme. What theme it is doesn't matter. What does matter is that someone tried to submit a game that looked a little too good to be true. A game where a Terran army walked into his own nuke on accident, and the Zerg army decided to counterattack and walked into a second nuke, seemingly by accident. Things were getting so crazy it ended in a base race, and the whole time they were saying things like, "Oh my god, I can't believe you did that, this is so stupid," etc. But the players' colors were pink and yellow because they'd essentially staged the entire thing. You don't spawn as pink and yellow on the ladder, you spawn as red or blue, and that's it. So, these two players who chose pink and yellow decided to try to deceive me and to make the most epic looking game ever. And it failed and I didn't use it. And I was like, crossed out, nope, nope. Actually, no, it was the Baneling Blast Funday Monday, that's right. Hello, birds. It's wonderful to have you here in the show as well. So I was just like, no, I'm going to get rid of that. However, ever since then, about maybe once or twice a month, I receive a rigged game. Like a really good game where the two players pretend not to know who the other person is, but there's some colors other than blue and red, and it makes it really easy to spot them. So I figured rather than try to restrict it, why not dedicate an entire Funday Monday to the people who wish to stage great games, who wish to rig the results, who are hoping to do something like both players plan on doing a proxy and going around each other and lifting and reversing bases and as much craziness as they can think of. And do that. Except, a lot of people weren't quite sure what I meant with this Funday Monday topic. They didn't know if this meant make a map that is actually a use map settings map, you know, like a custom arcade game map. They didn't know if it meant you should be hacking or stream watching someone else. Some guy sent me like 10 games of him stream sniping another notable streamer, and I was like, oh my god, you're just an asshole. We got such a wide variety of different types that I thought that not only should we watch some great games, we should also watch some categories of great games. So without any further ado, I'm going to do this introductory game that I think will give you a good sense of what's in store for today's show. Let's go ahead and hop into the game. Down on the bottom left we have Ace AI, and we have Rick Deckard. And of course both players seemingly... Oh, there's Ace AI. Look at that. Good luck, have fun. Good luck and have fun. Now, given that it's a rigged game, I see. Oh, no, I'm using the wrong overlay. Oh, I was playing The Last of Us on Friday. Ha! Ha! No one saw anything. No one saw anything. Jesus, the sleeve is up. Oh my god, I should quit my job. Oh, wow. Well, let me make up for it by showing you Super Manfred. He recently saved everyone in outer space, so I figured I'd take a screenshot of him doing his good deeds. Woo! What a success. You know what? I'm going to start over. We're going to start the whole thing over. We're going to start the whole thing over, okay? Everyone close your eyes and forget everything you remembered. Alright, we're going to do this introductory game. This is Ace AI. Down the bottom left, we have Rick Deckard here. Gonna be doing his little lifting and landing and all that. There we go. Both players doing the old Funday Monday theme, and you know, having the conversation. It's okay to actually do this kind of conversation in a rigged game. You can rig it as much as you want, make it look like there is some sort of intentional conversation. Do you know what day it is? Of course, they're friends. Why would they be doing anything else? Okay. Mayhap I do. Is it a magical Day 9 day? Kinda. Ooh. Titter titter, flutter flitter. Ooh. Oh my gosh, it's not me being flustered from botching things so hard. I shall declare my supposition. Now, keep in mind, the gold minerals give you a lot of resources, and with those resources you can get a lot of units really quickly. So what we're going to see ASAI do is send his guys to go mine, and then he's going to follow this up by warping in a whole bunch of Tempests to try to kill the other. And he got him. Okay, let's go ahead and see what happened a little bit in slow motion. let me be honest. I was under the impression that people were going to be submitting to me staged games, and I was like, all right, I'm ready. I got up early. I had my coffee, and I was like, and then I opened up this game where I just like spat it all out. It was like, oh my god! Like, watch the food count. Watch the food count for these two players. Now I'm gonna go ahead and slow this down to normal so we can catch this. Rick Deckard spawns some Tempest here, and ASAI spawns some Tempest there. So it's map hack Monday. And it looks like Rick Deckard gets the target fire off first, managing to successfully one-shot it. So, looks like ASAI won that game. And I would describe this as not exactly what I expected. And most of the games fall into this category in this week's Funday Monday. So we're going to go ahead and take a look at some people's attempts to showcase some more awesomeness like that. Let's go ahead and, where's another similar looking one? People apparently went through like a lot of effort to make some things appropriately hacked on up. So let's go ahead and, so this is good. That was a 1 minute and 48, or 1 minute 48 second, 400 supply Tempest for the win. Let's go ahead and hop into the next game. This is from Team Red Bull, EGLGIM MVPRC, up in the top left-hand corner. And his enemy, ITB Junior King. Now, I don't know whether or not these two people know each other, but of course they're going to wish each other the standard good luck, have fun. You know, seeing everything you know and love do unusual things is interesting. You know, it's why Kings of Tin is fun. It's fun to see people play, you know, like Total Biscuit plays 3v3s and Star Strikers and that sort of thing. That's why the Trials of the Xel'Naga was fun. I mean, MVP having recently gotten third place in, fourth place in the World Championships. Completely understand him wanting to stoop down to Funday Monday level. Everyone needs a break. He's going to go ahead and get a late barracks, building the supply depot first. That's understandable as much. Now, this map has a couple of cheat codes. Now, I'm sure many of you are familiar with the Black Sheep Wall is one, Power Overwhelming, Medieval, Man. You have to type this one 3 times so you can get all the upgrades. At this point in time, Junior King just doing his usual scout. And a Marine's going out. Now, one thing that I think is a little bit unusual to note is that as these units are making their way out, some Zerglings, or some drones being constructed. So we're going to go ahead and take a look at a cheat code. He does /Monday, and of course we see that the Marine has 10,000 hit points and does 500 damage. So just takes out one. He's going to take out another hatchery. And of course Junior King is baffled and befuddled by this. Bruins didn't do much damage, and just type /Monday, and nothing happens. Now, I'm going to slow this down to normal game speed. I want everyone to know that this game speed is normal right now. We're at normal. Okay, we're at normal game speed. Okay? Okay. Now, I'm going to go over here, and I want you to look at the minimap as I hit play. Okay, here come the Zerglings. Well, that was fun. Well, I had a good time there. That was delightful. That was a really fun game. I really enjoyed that. Some good creep spread by Junior King. Sped those Zerglings up very well. You know, I gotta say, this is about as lowbrow of humor as it gets in StarCraft 2. But I watch monster truck rallies. I don't have any shame in this at all. Let's be honest. That was pretty surprising. An unusual strategy. The /Monday to infinite crackling. Now, let me of course do the meta-analysis of me watching these games. This is like the 5th game after I had seen the original like mass exploding void or Tempest Funday Monday game that we just saw. So I was watching this game at ×8 speed just to blast through to see if it was anything notable. And I want you to note what this experience is like for me, watching this at ×8 speed, sipping my coffee, and then all of a sudden, a hatch dies, and I'm like, wait, what just happened? Okay, in case you missed that, we're gonna go back to the 6-minute mark, and we're just gonna look at the minimap. I want you to just look at the minimap for a moment. So I'm gonna look at the minimap. We're at ×8 speed. And I just freaked out. I was watching, I was like, alright, he's making a Marine. The game's done. What? What? Alright, well, if your opponent hits you with a Marine, you'll cancel your expansion until you just fucking win the game. Can you do that again? That's like someone who leaves a phone message that's really long, and at the end they say their number way too fast. You know, one of those people who's like, yeah, call me back at 310-555-3437. Like, and you're like, what? Again? And you have to watch the whole thing. I didn't even know what was happening. I didn't even read the text. But of course, in usual Korean 300 APM style, we can watch this in slow motion at normal speed, and we watch the minimap, and it's still basically just as fast. Well, LGIM MVP, you can't win them all. An unfortunate circumstance of being the absolute world's best. Now, see, you're noticing I'm cleverly closing the replay before bringing the camera back to me, because I think that this makes sure that I don't cut out all my sound. There's one more game. This has a good story to it. We have a Ogma and Happens. Let me show you this one. You go into the game. 2 players. Down in the bottom right-hand corner, we have Ogma and Happens. Now, Ogma was the host of this game and did not tell his friend Happens that anything was up. Let's go ahead and do this pink color. So these are just some friends duking it out. Of course, we have the usual expectation. Drones and SCVs being made. Good luck, fun, have fun. Now, I don't know if you ever played with a friend a lot, but there are few things more fun than messing with a friend while you're playing, right? Ooh, yeah, nice little extractor trick, yeah. I mean, I'm sure a lot of you do this, where you have a buddy who, for instance, always walls off, never scouts his main base, so you just build proxies right in there, and you just know he'll never scout it, and then when you win, he's like, come on, man, that was unfair! And you're like, yeah, it was, and it makes me so happy. It brings a real smile to my face. No reason not to do that. I famously remember that, okay, and you remember Lost Temple. It was, okay, let me tell you something weird about the Brood War days. So, in StarCraft 2, we have this established notion of natural expansion, third base. They're always very deliberately placed. In StarCraft 1, a mineral natural for a third was very common, so you had a main and nat, a mineral nat, as you would call it. So, what you'd wind up doing, or in StarCraft 2, this is all really clear. Like, on this map, oh, boom, there's your second and there's your third. And maybe some players take this as a third. It's very well structured, but in Brood War, there was just no sense of symmetry, of natural expansions, of balance in map design. In essence, you could sometimes start off just with minerals nearby, and you were just in the middle of the open. There was no choke, there was no entrance to the base. These rules hadn't been established at all. You were completely screwed. For instance, if you played Zerg on some maps, you literally couldn't get a base up ever, so you just lost to everyone's Marine medic pushes. But I remember Lost Temple had a natural and mineral naturals. and that became the map that you played on. It was literally the only map that anyone played on. Hugely imbalanced. Some positions, like top versus right, shared a mineral natural, so it was just unfair in some matchups, just straight up. Some bases had cliffs where you could shoot the geyser that was in your main. It's completely ridiculous, but that's all anyone played because it was the closest thing to a modern map, and of course the closest thing to an interesting and balanced map. But I remember I used to take 3 bases quickly as Zerg against my brother who played Protoss, who would take 2 bases quickly with a Forge. And what he would do is he would cannon rush the 3rd base before I'd expanded to it. Always. That is how he got around that strategy. The preemptive friend-brother read. He would just go like, I don't know how to stop this 3rd base. I'll preempt it. I'll do it before he gets there. On island maps, he would rush to get a shuttle so he could transport a probe to one of the islands and build a pylon and 2 cannons there, so I just couldn't get in. And that was his solution. Very meta, very sophisticated. We should get Nick on that Artosis show and have him be building cannons all over the place. And this is the new modern meta that we're about to see. Not as in the description of meta game, as in the verb to meta someone, the modern form of meta. Now happens, we're just gonna show something rather ugly. This is a disaster of a game. So we have happens. What a threatening name. Happens. That's almost as intimidating as being named Kinda. Oh, the terrifying and intimidating Kinda. Dude, have you met EG Kinda RC? Oh man, total sponsored pro. That guy's gonna win DreamHack. Go, Kinda. Happens. Come on, Happens. I can't. Here he goes. Shit happens. Going with the Reaper opening, followed by the Reactor and the Command Center. I love it. Yep, sort of. Also an awful name. Take that, sort of. I hope Western Wolves revokes your team sponsorship because of your name. So very typically we see... Oh my god. Oh my god. Now both these players are not extremely high-level players, so as you know, a Reaper... Building 1 Reaper can actually get you out of bronze, right, fellas? Right, bronze players? Have you ever done this? Have you ever built a Reaper in Bronze League? You win immediately. The game is done. I'm not saying that bronze players are bad. I mean, that's not what I'm saying with this sentence. With this sentence, what I'm trying to say is that Reapers require a certain amount of finesse to control against. And that finesse doesn't exist when you're in bronze. Okay, I'm just saying, if you... Ugh, this is going well. This is amazing. Next one, he was going to take me on a date and be like, hey, Sean, you don't sweat much for a fat guy. And I'm going to be like, it's not... It's like a teaspoon. We're not at tablespoon level yet. Okay, I know how you get revenge. Okay, look, I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I'm terribly sorry. I just feel horrible. However, let me just emphasize. Oh my god. Now, in terms of that certain amount of finesse that you have to deal with, we see the Reaper beginning to move out. Uh-oh. Anyone seen this sort of thing before? And, alright, let's build a spine. Retreat! Oh! Okay, well, we got our drones there, but that's fine. We're going to send them back to mine in this main base. We haven't gotten speed yet, but that's fine. We're going to get our Zerglings in position. The Reaper, he's already feeling super devious. He's already... Dude, of course I'm the man. He's got his jetpacks, he's got his combat shields. And back in the main base just so happens, to be doing the usual set of upgrades. The Orbital Command Factory coming up, Tech Lab. Getting some ups, getting the starport, getting the starport. We have 2 evolution chambers and a roach warren. God, we got a lot of idle larvae here from Ogma. He has the geysers, and in a little bit, he's gonna send the drones in there. He needs minerals right now. Okay, he's got 700 of them. You never know when you're gonna need some minerals. He's just gonna mine a teensy bit more minerals before he gets back in there. The Reaper tries to micro its way into the main, but it gets pinned against the corner that it can jump down and sacrifices himself to the glory of the swarm. Now this game is going so bad that the police have been called, and they're going to show up soon. They're about to take Ogma away in an ambulance, and of course he's going to be like, I'm fine. It's like, you are, sir. If you keep this up, you're going to die, sir. His his eyes are dilating. He hasn't begun mining gas yet. Oh my gosh, he has a superorbital contusion, which I think means he got his eye bumped. Happens. I love the, like, I think it is anyone who isn't a superorbital contusion, like a bump on the eye, isn't that right? I just love all those things, like in hapto-optic stigma, which means you just kind of look funny, right? All right. There's just quite a stigma to the way he looks. All right. So we got happens. He's got his medevac. He's got his marine. Oops, he's losing everything. Okay, that's fine. Just be Stefano and get those upgrades. Mine get whenever his contusion's repaired and he can begin. Okay, and there he is. We have these. Dude, these 3 spore crawlers are going to be fine. These are going to protect absolutely all air units from picking off these zerglings that are retreating towards the hatchery, and that only. Another hatch coming up, because, you know, you never know when we're going to need some larvae. Let's go ahead and take another hatch. You never know when you're going to need a base. And, well, you never know when you're not going to have a base either, which is why you never know when you're going to need one. The medevac went in and... Oh! Dropped some mines. Oh, my God. Oh, Ogma. Now, if any of you have played with your friends... well, actually, if this was a ladder game, you might be playing as happens and going, man, I didn't even get to try out my build. Oh, that game was too easy. If you're playing against your friend... You hope he's crying. You hope that he's feeling upset and he's feeling hurt down in the pit of his stomach, and you're just like, dude, man, you really got to work on your Zerg. Maybe you should go back to civilization where you can calmly take turns. Oh, it's like, no, Civ 2 was the best. And everyone will start having that debate. Yeah, you want to do the burn. So... as we're looking from Happen's point of view, a base being up in this top right corner, we see the drones have already been pre-pulled. There were some mines there. Ogma down to 27 supply. Ogma is going to show us the power of drones. Oh yeah, they have 5,000 hit points and do 5,000 damage a shot. They also shoot air and ground, so... Well, I guess it's time to stop mining minerals. I mean, we mine minerals because we never knew when we were going to need any minerals, and it happens. Like, what the fuck? I'm just like, huh? Just attacking my friend. And he never told Happens what was up. He just defeated him. Oh man, that was good. That was glorious. That was a good win. You know, I wasn't anticipating that is what would be the structure of these submitted games. I didn't think that would be the case. When we come back, we're going to take a look at some non-messed with maps and see the ways in which people are playing StarCraft 2 in a rigged fashion for the purposes of art. Stay tuned, part 2's coming up.